afraid to die, 'cause I believe, and I'm certain this is your last chance for change. Oh, yes, it is. Give it to us, 'cause we've already decided to take no more strange fruit. No justice. No racist. Thank y'all. I want y'all to welcome up my sister, Talivia Cole, the sister of Alvin Cole. This girl is a force to be reckoned with. Little bit of Tokyo.
Give it up for Becca, y'all, one more time, y'all. All right. Just like they said, y'all, we from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We came here to stand in solidarity with the families, with the George Floyd family, with the Breonna Taylor, with the Jacob Blakes, and many more out here. So I want to thank you all for just being in this space today. You know, a lot of people traveled here from far distance. So it is grateful to just be in the presence of the Lord right now. I don't know about y'all, but I feel the Lord right now, you know. But once again, we are from Wisconsin, and this song is called Justice Wisconsin. And it kind of highlights D3, which is Alvin Cole, Jay Anderson, and Antonio Gonzalez, who were all killed by one black officer named Joseph Mensah from the Wauwatosa Police Department. He killed 3 people within 5 years. Same DA on all 3 cases, same chief on all 3 cases. To me, that's a conflict of interest, you know. So the families has joined together to stand up and say enough is enough. And I really mean it when I say justice for one of them is justice for all of them. So right now we have a John Doe hearing going on for Jay Anderson Jr. And last week we just did a closing statement for it. So a John Doe hearing is for a judge. I say a judge, not the DA. It is for a judge to overlook the case and determine if charges should be brought to that officer. And you can do it with a civil case, anything, but right now we're doing it for a criminal case. We're doing it for Jay Anderson Jr., who was denied justice in 2016. So right now, June 25th, the judge will make a decision if he found probable causes to charge Joseph Mensah with a crime. And let me remind you that Jay Anderson was asleep in his car when he was approached by Joseph Mensah. And he had his hands up, and because Joseph Mensah failed to turn on his squad cameras, it only captured 30 seconds of it when he finally turned it on. So we was able to capture the shooting of Jay Anderson. But you see Jay Anderson hands in the air. Antonio Gonzalez was shot 9 times. 8 times by Joseph Mensah, while his partner shot once. Alvin Cole, the last one, my little brother, was shot 5 times while surrendering, while kneeling. 5 cops around him, and only 1 cop shot, Joseph Mensah. So right now, if you got your cell phone now, I want you to go hashtag fire Joseph Mensah, hashtag convict Joseph Mensah, hashtag charge Joseph Mensah, hashtag Justice Wisconsin, hashtag Justice for Alvin Cole, hashtag Justice for Jay Anderson Jr., hashtag Justice for Antonio Gonzalez, hashtag what? Hashtag Justice for the 3, T-H-E-E, T-H-R-E-E, the 3. Go ahead, hit me with this beat.
Where y'all at, Wisconsin? We need justice for these 3, and we need it now.
Hey.
Wake up, Tulsa.
Justice Wisconsin, look what the cops came to do. Justice Wisconsin, this is my home, my sword don't shoot. Justice Wisconsin, hands in the air, please don't shoot. Justice Wisconsin, run no gun, I shout to you.
This is Wisconsin from the sun, I think you know that. Gonna start right here, I think I'ma go back to when Chief Weber started it. low lifting. Ain't never got suspended or a mental check. You telling me he not insane? He coming back. Joseph is everywhere his bitch. Don't know who in the back. But word to him, a medal of valor. Where they do that at? He shot him 5 times in the head, 1 up in the shoulder. He was just sleeping in the car, woke up to law and order. Where's the justice? Take a J absent from his daughter.
Justice Wisconsin.
Hey,
Look what the cops came to do. Justice Wisconsin. This is my home, my sword don't shoot. Justice Wisconsin. Hands in the air, please don't shoot. Justice Wisconsin. Run no gun, I shout to you.
On February 2nd, 2020, Joseph is killed again. Another family mourning. I kinda let us get records, complaints, he got many. I blame his chief ones, the competence to lead a city. The actions of if you don't try, it's not gonna look pretty. Common council, they speak up for justice in their city. Right here in police commission, y'all should be ashamed. How you gonna throw out a complaint, say he killed these 3? You telling me killing 3 ain't enough for firing? You should've never got the chance just to kill again. I heard me different cause this was my little brother, man. He was running this surrender up in the 6-way stands. Shot him twice and 3 more times while he on the ground. He was the only cop to shoot out by others around. I don't give a fuck about your race, bitch, I'm taking you down. The only way to stop is to put me in the ground. Don't let that go, justice for him now.
Justice Wisconsin. Look what the cops came to do. Justice Wisconsin. This is my home, my sword don't shoot. Justice Wisconsin. Hands in the air, please don't shoot. Justice Wisconsin. Run no gun, I shout to you.
Listen, we want justice till justice is served. Justice for Albert Cole. Justice for Jay Anderson Jr. Justice for Antonio Gonzalez. Justice Wisconsin.
Yes, sir. I'm finna introduce him. Right. And now we have Black Lives Matter coming to the stage. Let's give them a round of applause. Oh, y'all can do better than that. Black Lives Matter is here. Let's give them a round of applause. There we go. That's all.
Best for
Tee me up. Tee me up then. Tee me up.
All the way from Oakland, California. Dr. Malena, Black Lives Matter. All the way from Oakland, California. The family of Oscar Grant. All the way from Tampa, Florida. The family of Andrew Joseph.
And for the last 300 months, I made 16 albums, me on the front, and they bump. Where you get your beats? I heard 93 rappers say bitch like me.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. My name is Melina Abdullah. I'm with Black Lives Matter. Can we say Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. So we are here because George Floyd's spirit has cracked the world wide open. George Floyd's spirit has cracked the world wide open. love these t-shirts that say guilty, guilty, guilty. Fuck Derek Chauvin. I'm hearing these folks from Wisconsin, fuck Joseph Mensah. But we also have to remember we could go through a whole line of killer-ass cops and we would be here for days and days because it's more than Derek Chauvin, it's more than Joseph Mensah in Los Angeles, it's more than Tony McBride, it's more than all of these killer-ass cops as individuals. What George Floyd's spirit demands, what this moment demands, is that we transform the entire world under which we live. That we are seeking not just police reform, but to transform the world. Can y'all say transform? Transform. Transform. And that's what the system is scared of. That's why the system tries to act like there's a divide between families and organizers. There's no divide between families and organizers. We're here together because my name may not be Floyd, but until we end this terrible racist system of policing that descends from slave catching, my 3 children are at risk. And so we are here to say we have the power to transform the world in which we live. Black people have always had the capacity to change the world. We have to remember that we have God, we have ancestors, we have Creator, we have community on our sides. We have to remember that when our ancestors were seeking justice from chattel slavery, it didn't look like we could win. Mama Harriet didn't have a GPS system. But she said in the middle of the night, God would guide her. God would whisper in her ear. And we have to remember that God still whispers in our ears. And if we acknowledge the wind that's whipping up right now, that is the power of ancestors. That is confirmation from the ancestors that we have more power than we know to end the system of policing. So absolutely, when people say, what do y'all mean by defund the police? We mean take their money and put it in the things that actually make communities safe. When we say defund the police, say defund the police. Louder. Defund the police. Defund the police. When we say that, we mean it as a step towards abolition. We mean that we don't need police in our neighborhoods with guns and badges. What we need is for all of our community members to have good jobs. We need all of our community members to have housing. We need our children to have quality after-school programs. We need the power to be a self-determined people. Ashe? And so we know that to honor George Floyd means not just hashtagging his name. It doesn't just mean putting photos on your timeline. It means doing work. It means doing work. And we are so grateful to be in solidarity with the George Floyd family, with Oscar Grant's family, with the Cole family who were just meeting, with the Blake family, with the family, my family of Andrew Joseph III, and with all of the families that are here, because together we're struggling for justice in the names of all of their loved ones, but for the benefit of the people who still walk this earth. Ashe? Black lives, we matter here. Black lives, we matter here. Black lives, we matter here. And we make us matter by doing the work. Ashe. I want to hand it over to my sister in the struggle. Before there was a Black Lives Matter, there was a movement for justice in the name of Oscar Grant. And so we are so grateful to Uncle Bobby and Auntie B for helping us to know how to move
so that when Black Lives Matter was birthed in 2013, we absolutely moved through the trail that they have been blazing since 2009, and many, many people have been walking before them. I'm grateful to have been in community with them from the beginning. Thank you, Auntie B and Uncle Bobby, with the Love Not Blood campaign.
Hey, can we give some claps for Black Lives That Matter over here? I won't be long. My name is Sister Beatrice X, a.k.a. Aunt B. I am a co-founder of Love Not Blood campaign and Families United for Justice. And I will say quickly before we go, if you are an impacted family, go to www.lovenotbloodcampaign.org and go and sign up. We're going to have a conference in San Diego. We have a hard stop at 300 family members. So it'll come out on June the 1st. So go there and register so that when the emails go out, you will be there. This is not something new for us. We had our first conference in Oakland, California in 2014. Then we had another one in 2017 in Detroit. Then we had another one in 2018. So the numbers begin to rise. 30, 2014, 50, 2017, 101, 2018, 175, 2019. So this year, we're going to have 300 family members in beautiful sunny San Diego. Your expense will be paid, your air flight, your hotel. All you have to do is register, so don't miss out. Go to www.lovenotbloodcampaign.org. All power to the people. And now we introduce you to the people's uncle, Cephas Uncle Bobby Johnson, who is the uncle of Oscar Grant. How many saw the movie Fruitville Station? All right. Here.
All power to the people. All power to the people. I'm going to be emotional. To her, set the stage. You heard Jacob Blake speak about his feelings and his passion and how he felt when his son was murdered. I'm sorry, when his son was shot and paralyzed. That same pain resonates with him as it does with me and my nephew being murdered. There is no horror comparable to witnessing your loved one being murdered on the video. Or there's no horror comparable to going to the morgue to identify your loved one who has been murdered by these racist rogue police officers. That memory is forever etched in your memory because it could have been prevented. Oscar, on that platform, was laying in a prone position. Remember that knee that was on George Floyd's neck? That same knee was on Oscar's neck. And he cried out, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." And as Tony Perrone kept his knee on his neck, he pushed his face through the concrete floor, cracking the bones in his face. That same racist look that Chauvin had in his vision and looking at us as he had that knee on George Floyd's neck was that same hand on George Floyd's face. Tony Perrone called Oscar a bitch-ass nigger. Twice. I'm sorry, 3 times, as my wife remember me. So this is a very emotional time for me because exactly what happened to George Floyd happened to Oscar 12 years ago. Tahara talked about the pain of witnessing black life, black male being murdered one after another, all the way up until George Floyd. Over 14,000 people has been killed by these rogue police in this United States. The power of the police to use deadly force is one of the most significant responsibilities we can give any public official. that responsibility must be guided by some common sense legislation that protects human rights and human life. That's what this is all about. We want justice for George Floyd. What's his name? Say his name. Say his name. So we here, the Oscar Grant family, myself and my wife, and all of us are standing on the stage saying we are standing with you. We will be here in support. We love all of you too. And the only way we're going to bring about systemic change is that we unite, we stand together, and we believe that we will win. Thank you.
I just wanted to say, I forgot, I get so immersed, but I want to shout out my cousin, Sandra Keaton Smalley, who was murdered in 1972 by Detroit police. So this is not no new phenomenon. They continue to kill us, and as our families gather, it's a shame that you can have 2 and 3 family members that are experiencing this same thing, and it's terrible, and we got to stop it. Say his name. Now we're going to have the Joseph family coming up. Say his name, Andrew Joseph. Andrew Joseph III. Here's their story.
Hello, hello. My name is Deanna Joseph, and I am from Tampa, Florida. My son, Andrew Joseph III, was 14 years old when he attended a school-sanctioned fair and was apprehended by the Hillsborough County Sheriff deputies. Now, one would think that if you're going to a school event that you would be safe and your child would be able to come back home. Well, that wasn't the case with my son, Andrew Joseph III. You see, I have an intimate relationship with child death. That is blood of my blood. I'm a mother who had dreams for my child. And that dream was that he was going to grow up. Never did I think at 14 years old that I would be standing as a mother impacted by the abuse of police. Ultimately, I did not expect that my son would be in the custody of the police and at a school-sanctioned event and not come home. But I found myself wearing these ugly shoes. And everybody I know that wear these shoes, they have that same look. They carry that same heartache and pain. And they all want justice and accountability in